So we play, depending on who it is, play $20 a hole. The ballers $100 a hole, and so
I'm sorry, $20 a hole.
yeah,
Okay, just
100 a hole with more of the cool people. But
that's 18.
2 weeks ago, one of the heads of marketing at TaylorMade, at one point he was a 2, and he's a 6 now. And I still feel like that's bull, because I feel like if anywhere you're a 2, I feel like you somewhere in there.
Hey, shout him out. Can you shout him out? Cause he didn't even know this right here.
No, man, he go hear it. I ain't gonna get into it, but.
Well, beyond the fairway, it is that time. We'll jump back in here, talk about all that we got to get through in the world of golf this week. Hey, welcome to the show. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, YouTube, everywhere you get your podcast. That's where we at. We everywhere you want to be. In today's episode, gonna be a little different because why? We got Ben Baller coming in here. Ben Baller did the chain. I wonder if he'll, take a watch or something, Will, and help me out with some. You know what, Will? I think I just look foolish if I needed, I don't know if I'm a diamonds person. I don't need to shine, and
we don't want you looking more foolish.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed. I don't care. Will, Fairway finds. This is where we discuss the best stories and finds from around the world of golf. We're gonna jump right into it this week. Will, Nelly Korda, 5 in a row, wins the Chevron, took the leap into Poppy. Well, it's not Poppy. It's not Poppy. It's not Poppy's pond.
It's a pond, a lake. It's not Poppy Pond, but it's remnants.
She jumped into the water.
It's remnants of the Donna Shore Classic that was always out in California. So we gotta get some context to that. But yes,
you know what? I miss Poppy's Pond and I miss Palm Springs, but
I do. Yes,
I don't. Look, Chevron, thank you. Increase women's purse, etc. But send that damn thing back across. It doesn't need to be at Carlton Woods. Great golf course, great people, but they made Poppy's Pond a pool with chlorine water in it and made it 2.5 feet so people could jump and stand up. No, I'm just... Anyway, so Nelly's got number 5. Scottie's done some things, Will. Scottie,
I can't swim. That's still something I'll drown in. So, yes.
Well, okay. And now I'm terrified for you. Okay, Scottie Scheffler. Well, last week it was a green jacket. This week, he now is in the possession of a tartan jacket. And I dare say that Scottie probably doesn't give a damn as much about the tartan jacket as he does the green one.
First, let's go back to Nelly, right? Congratulations at what Nelly's doing for women's golf.
Congratulations.
She is
Nelly's
doing
a world beater.
She is doing so much. She's on uncharted territory, right? I think golf as a whole is dropping the ball. Why wasn't it plastered all over anything golf and sports in general? That this young lady has won 5 in a row, and being that one of them is a major. How can we amplify, Doug? How can we amplify what Nelly is doing for women's golf right now? What can golf as a whole do to amplify?
Well, the first thing is paralleling the two companies together that are the biggest sponsors for the two athletes. TaylorMade.com actually has a graphic. World number 1 champions. It's got Nelly Korda and Scottie Scheffler swinging the new drivers. It's a beautiful, beautiful situation. But both athletes, to my recollection, Will, are sponsored by Nike.
They're dropping the ball on this.
Where we used to be. Go to Nike.com. Now, again, this is Nike.com, not Nike Golf. But Nike.com is advertising Family Days. Fly with the Jordan fam. And there's a bunch of actors wearing some tie-dyed open stuff. Some dude's got a Cuban link chain on. And, I love that he's wearing a Cuban link chain because Ben Baller did not do this chain. But I feel like Nike has missed the marketing ball with this opportunity. But let's check out Nike Golf, if I can spell. Because NikeGolf.com, on their homepage, there's a picture of Brooks Koepka. And NikeGolf.com is showing Brooks's pics as it relates to Brooks's attire currently. So, You know, if you don't have all the ants marching in the right direction, shout out to Dave Matthews Band. People didn't know I was going to do that. Neither did I. We're not doing enough. I mean, look, Golf Channel does what they do, but they're Golf Channel. That's not being projected to everybody because guess what? Golf Channel's on a very expensive, high-end cable package where the average MFer ain't going to get to watch the golf news unless you got some cheese. So normal, regular-ass people got to depend on Instagram. And so maybe we all need to be posting about Scottie and Nelly.
So we don't know that at the Hilton Grand Vacation tournament in Orlando, she finished tied for 16th. Get this, Doug. I know we know, but it's just crazy to see.
We know.
LPGA Drive On Championship, she finished first. Following tournament, we had that was hosted by Seri Pak. First, Ford Championship first, T-Mobile Match Play first. Like, you should see this thing written down, Doug. It is really kind of wild. Tied for 16th, first. like she is saving so much ink on these pages, bro, when you print it out.
And then you parallel that with Scottie. I mean, look, you got Scottie. He won his 4th tournament in his last 5 events. So Scottie wins. What did he win? He won the Bay Hill Invitational. Wins the Players the week after that. Takes a week off. Comes back, finishes 2nd. Wins the Masters. Now wins the RBC Heritage. Who's more impressive, Will? Who's more impressive?
Nelly is more impressive.
I'd agree. I'd agree that what Nelly's doing right now is miles ahead of what Scottie's doing. But you know what? They're both getting equally the.
They're not getting equally the recognition. They're not.
No, I'm talking about from Nike.com and Taylor.
Oh yeah, from Nike. Yeah, they're being equal, just dropping the ball.
Dropping the ball. Yes, that's what I'm stating.
Yeah, they definitely didn't check that box.
Well,
properly.
But they need. I feel like, and we'll get into it, a little bit in our conversation with Mr. Ball coming up. But I feel like Nelly is Caitlin Clark-ish of her industry. Ish. I said ish. Caitlin Clark has the records. Nelly is chasing records. There's the difference, okay? But I feel like we're seeing Caitlin lift women's basketball more than we're seeing Nelly lift women's golf. And I wish that they were kind of in the same kind of narrative conversation. That's not happening.
I don't know if when you say lift, I think the question, Doug, is who doing the lifting, right? WNBA is doing their best to try to elevate, especially great players that are coming out of college and who are already in the WNBA. You can see them with brand partners. You can see they're trying their hardest to increase the revenue. But LPGA already have that player, right? They already have the dirty. The dirty work is find a player that is good and great and do astronomical things on a golf course. They already have the player. So yes. Can you compare the players? But I don't know if the players. I think you really have to compare the professions. Like,
that's fair.
If that makes sense, I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. It does. I still think Caitlin Clark should have took the money with Ice Cube.
100%.
To do the big 3 for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then take the millions that she would have made, and then added that to her.
Yeah, because what is she making? 328,000.
Call it 340.
340
for 4.
Yeah,
340 for 4. And Scottie Scheffler's scoffing at that because Scottie's won $16 million already on the PGA Tour this week. But people are so used to us going beyond the fairway with our guests. But now, in our new season Quattro, I don't know where the hell you got the TH in tro. Okay, as you throw up 4s. Yo, the 19th hole, our segment now is going to be where we bring in our guests. And today, our first 19th hole moment, our first guest of the season. Well, let's bring that dude in here, man. Ben Baller, you up next. Well, it's about that time, Will. 19th hole activities. You know how I do it today. I'm going with this Lac La Belle Reserve. Shout out to all the folks over at Lac La Belle for giving me this bottle. But it's a little Tyler Morris. I wasn't going to call him out. But let me go ahead and pour this because we got Ben Baller in here with us. Ben, what's up, baby?
Man, I'm just chilling, man. you know.
I see that. I see that. You chilling like a villain. Look, as I put this bottle down and try not to spill it. That's why I'm over here on this side of the shot. I should probably just bring this up.
Yeah.
Number one, I'm so excited to have you in here with Will and I because you are one of the more fascinating peoples in the game of golf, and not even in the game of golf, just the game of everything, life, entrepreneurialism, hip hop. I'm so hyped to have you here, but I want to understand something first. Is who the hell is Ben Baller? Because I've seen actor, I've seen rapper, I've seen jeweler, I've seen the homie, the golfer now. Like who is Ben Baller?
First and foremost, before any titles in life, I'm a father to 3 kids. Um, I'm a Korean American, born and raised in Los Angeles. I would say a modern day Renaissance man, and it's crazy. I'm entering my 19th year now as a jeweler professionally, and I think it took almost 14, 15 years for me to accept that I was a jeweler because I was in the music business for a long time and I was a DJ.
Yeah.
Actor, I don't know whether can we cuss or no?
Yeah, my cuss.
I don't know where the that came from. Rapper, I don't know where that came from because because I work with Dr. Dre and Tupac. I don't know. So that's where it is. I think I had to get down to I had to break 80 on 5, 10 hard courses to say golfer. So I say golfer because it's like 30-40% of my income now. So that's who Ben Baller is.
So B, I always in doing my research, right? One thing, there's some people in life that always are in the right place, right time. I kind of feel like I have a little bit of that, where I'm in the right place, right time. I meet the right people, develop relationships, and I feel like B, you always know when the next 10x jump is, right? And I say that because Nike canceled my contract with them.
Mine too.
so in all seriousness, what is it about how you move, and what are some of the characteristics that you have to kind of have that keen eye on when's the next 10x jump? Like I'm so fascinated how you move.
One of my monikers is the Forrest Gump of hip hop. I was around when Biggie died. I was around when Tupac died. I was around in so many iconic moments in history. Even now, so in golf, right? And I think that that super overused term, shoot your shot, it became like Zenish with a little mixture of Tupac, Dalai Lama, Bob Marley, Bruce Lee, all combined in one. And I got this sense of what I rock with, what I embraced. And a lot of my favorite hobbies ended up being something I can get a bag from. Never intended to get a bag. From the sneakers, you said Nike. I worked for Nike, right? Did marketing for them. I was rocking Dunks, was the leader of that sneaker reseller, sneaker culture revolution in, the late 90s, early 2000s, right? And the music stuff and everything. And when I walked away, I never walked away, I walked away leading as a pioneer, right? And still, with the name and now entering golf, I always felt like, damn, man, I wish I did this 40 years ago. I had a chance to, right? Or, 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, or during the pandemic at least, right? But going through all the toughest times of my life, I realized how many parallels there were with golf in life. And you realize golf will always be there for you. It ain't going anywhere. So I think with that now, with this new pivot, June 2nd will be 2 years I've been playing golf. And the timing has been beyond impeccable.
Will, you hear that? 2 years. 2 years.
But you know what, B, when you talk about, the future of golf and pivoting, I mean, from your perspective, from your brain, man, just how you see things, do you like where golf is going? Is golf shooting itself in the foot, or you like the wave that we're catching right now?
I don't care what anybody thinks, even though I'm 2 years in or not. I feel like in my voice, it's like a civil war going on right now, right? And I heard this term one time, and it's real arrogant, real. It's gonna piss a lot of people off, right? But they say never address, peasants throwing tomatoes when you're on your chariot. And I just feel like, one, yes, the fans care. And it's not like, a dictatorship type of thing. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But I think the pros need to worry about what they're doing. And I think the management really got to figure out. When I mean management, I mean like the PGA to live, whatever. And I may sound a little biased, but I'm not. I love both tours. But I think the society today, and where people are famous for no reason, that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. The term celebrity is used way too loosely, right? I don't think I even accepted the term still to this day. It makes me very awkward. But when 40 or 50 people are waiting outside of a restaurant, and I think they're waiting in line to get in Hawaii, Waikiki, and I walk out and they want pictures, I'm like, and this happens every single week. When people are following me on the freeway and taking pics of stuff, I'm like, okay, this is something. But I actually have a talent, right? I have 21 platinum albums to my credit. You know what I mean? I have countless pieces of jewelry, accolades, actual awards, the highest level awards as a jeweler globally, podcast things, whatever, sneakers, world record of sneaker auction. And it's like, okay, I'll accept that. But like, you got YouTube, and this is what I'm getting at. It's so easy to grab a phone, make a video, whether it be golf, it could be anything. So it's difficult. And I never embraced it. But it's like, look, I'm finally on YouTube now. I'm like the last person to the party, right? And I don't regret it. It is what it is. Yeah. So you got YouTube golf. You got people who are watching things streaming. I never thought that terrestrial radio would actually be like not a thing. I haven't listened to radio so long. Even, television, channels, things, everything is evolving. So I think we're in a weird place, and it's going to figure itself out. I'm hopeful it is. I'm just being positive. So with what golf is, I mean, what you think? I mean, if there was another NBA league, there's going to be turmoil. So it's just,
But I feel like they forgot though the fans. I feel like everybody wants the bags, and I get the money. Like, we all got to feed kids and be who we wanted to be when we grow up. But at the same time, I feel that, and this is just me, Dougie Fresh here, I feel like the engine of all this is the fans, and no one is discussing how to get the fan back involved into professional golf. And that, even as a broadcaster, I feel like that's like the biggest miss from my seat, because look, everything Masters reported viewership down 20% from last year. I mean, what's that saying?
Which is weird to me, right? Because I watched it and like I was into it, and again, I can't speak for everyone else, right? I mean, I enjoyed it. It was so difficult, right? Look, if someone got the head out of their asses and pinpointed what they could do and figure out some sort of truce somewhere, somehow, because the epitome of it is the two tours coming apart and whatever, and then also YouTube and everything else. I mean, look, if I had an answer to it, bro.
So are influencers good for the game of golf?
Some are.
Yeah.
I think some of the people just want to be seen. I don't know if
they are being seen. Yeah. And they are being seen. But here's where I struggle with this topic. It's the validity that having followers somehow gives you. Now, look, you've earned your stripes, right? And that's why it's fun to have this kind of conversation with you. But there are people that have their talent in life is the fact that they're entertaining. And there's something to that. I'm not saying there's nothing to it, but I also feel like when I look at the NBA, their stars are their influencers. Where you come to golf, our stars don't do shit. We rely on various other personalities to push the narrative.
That's true. Never thought about it like that. Yeah, that's very true. It's very true. Like, I don't know what there's no and one now, but I don't know what the basketball influencers are doing on whatever. There's a few of them, right? I can think of, like, I don't know. I don't know their names, but, I'm so obsessed and so engulfed in the golf space now. I mean, at the same time, you got to remember, there's a lot of cap. Mm-hmm. There's no cap on you see the PGA Tour, you see the shots, you see certain things, and there's so much doubt because the game is so hard. So I think with the fact that there's so much cap and there's so much this, and it's so easy with the way the society is today, because I could be like, you know what, man, I have a show today, and guess what, I'm gonna say this. I'm just giving an example.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Douglas Fresh, Eastside Golf, and all these black golfers, whatever, and guess what, I'm gonna get 10 million views.
10 million views, man.
Yeah, easy. And then I'm gonna go do some other shit just because I know if that works. Now, deep inside, who are you as a person? That's why I said it's really not up to, it's just, we're just in a weird place, man. But you're right. You're right. And again, I'm cool with good. I'm cool with this new dude Taco Golf that's blowing up on the internet on YouTube and
That's
some of these
new to
other
me.
influencers.
Taco Golf is
no
new.
disrespect. I don't know who's Taco Golf.
So Taco Golf is a Korean golfer out of New Zealand. And I said this before, I didn't grow up around Koreans. I grew up around black people and Jewish people, right? And Mexicans. And I try to do everything I can to embrace my community, my heritage and stuff. But this dude is funny as shit. And I met him through Luke Kwan, who used to be in Good.
Yeah, used to be in Good.
And he's just like, if you're Korean, if you know some of the little weird, quirky things, it's funny. This dude is just a straight up good golfer. He's kind of making fun of Korean golfers. He's very Korean. And again, to hear Korean dude, look, I'm not going to speak on behalf of y'all, but the first time y'all heard a British or Australian dude who was black, like, and have accent, be like, who the I had that problem. I used to be in the music business. I was Keith Murray and Redman's DJ. At one point, these were the hottest dudes in rap. And we went to London and we heard black people talking a certain way. And he was like, oh man, these motherfuckers is some funny style. Get these goofy motherfuckers out of here.
Right.
They robbed us. Motherfuckers was really about it. You know what I mean? But we thought they voices, the whole like the,
Bruv.
like the Triscuits and tea and crumpets and whatever. But what I'm getting at is this dude Taco is dope and he's starting to really blow up. He had like 3,000 or 4,000 followers. I think he has like 350,000 now. He's starting to church. But I'm saying like I'm interested in looking at the space, but you got people like Bryson now making content. Sergio Garcia is making content now. You know, the people that are getting more involved in it, they understand how important it is. So I do like the fact that Colin or Tommy Fleetwood or somebody's actually making a step forward to shoot content with some of these guys.
Look, I need to understand something because, like, when I look at you, I kind of think of you as a tastemaker, especially being in the places where you are. So 2 years ago, the tectonic plates move. Ben says, "All right, I'm gonna jump in this golf." You went from a 30,000 handicap to well, you're what, 12 or under just now?
11
handicap. So you went from 20,000 to 11 in 2 years. So the thing I have to understand is it's hard for me now. Like, I've been in golf for over 30 years. So I don't know what golf looks like from the outside in. Like when you started or was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. Like I'm doing this golf thing. When you are looking at the game, and I'm not just talking about influencer shit or PGA Tour, just playing the game. Did you see like a welcoming ass place for you? Or did you see like, oh, I got to go deal with these types of motherfuckers, this, that, and the third, jump these hurdles? Or was it like just love from the jump?
I think it was love from the jump. A lot of people embraced me. Stephen Malbin, George Lopez, a lot of other people. My cousin had aspirations of joining the tour. He was in junior golf with Kevin Na and Anthony Kim. And I think a lot of people are like, yo, do this. And I was like, man, I look like a fucking smooth jackass. Because I'm coming from an ex-athlete from a long time ago. I'm washed up. I'm 200 something pounds. I'm having a hard time figuring this out. I'm like, no, listen, if it's one goddamn thing I'm going to do is I ain't quitting. I'm getting it right. And I think it wasn't until I started look, man, I didn't grow up rich, but if I got access, fuck everyone. I don't give a fuck what you do. You got opportunities, you're going to take them, right? You got the best coach. You got this best person. You got this person. You're getting advice from tour players. You're getting people to really give you good advice. I think the first thing I knew was the putting was going to be okay. And now my putting is like anywhere from 29, 31 putts on average, around. So like I started realizing I was getting, not far from a pro level on the putting. And I said, look, at the end of the day, I don't care if my swing looks like Jim Furyk. Am I going to get it in the hole? Because I've seen these Korean golf is so big, right? And these Korean golfers, they can't break 110 and they swing look like Adam Scott. And I'm like, that's dope. It's a vanity thing, right? And I'm like, look.
So do you have the ugliest swing for a Korean? Is that what you're saying? Because I agree with you.
My swing looks okay now. Looks not bad.
Okay, I'm just saying, like,
I'm pretty harsh critic.
Hey, bro, I'm all about ugly swings. My swing is probably the ugliest in the world of golf. But I still don't feel like nobody can hold me. Like I really
no.
Don't.
I mean, if you put it in the hole, and so like I just think once I started getting decent, and I think I broke 100. So what happened was it happened fast. I broke 100 in like 4 or 5 months. Then I broke 90 2 months after that. I had my first hole in one in 2 months.
Damn.
Yeah, and so like things
That pisses me off. I'm hating, bro. This is no joke. I know y'all laughing, but
I'm laughing at you.
I don't give a damn. Like this is some bullshit. This is really bullshit because I put in work, bro. I put in work. I got my ass kicked multiple mini tours. I did it all. I put my money in my last fortune, and for me not to get a hole in one, I've been close to a hole in one 20,000 times, easy, but I have never had one. And for no offense, bro, but for you to say you only played golf for 2 years, you got a hole in one, I think that's
yeah.
man,
So when that started happening, I realized, and I've been a part of a lot of communities. You think Beyonce community, you think the Bayhive and Nicki Minaj community is toxic. Ain't no community besides K-pop. K-pop is the worst all time. The golf community is the most toxic, hating ass.
Toxic. I'm hating.
Sucker ass.
I don't give a
punk
damn about your
ass.
hole in one. You can put your hole in one in your pocket, dog. I don't give a damn about that. Let's move on to another topic.
So you know what? No, what I'm saying though is that to finish the question, I think that the internet or the community in general, there's a lot of hate, but the ones that mattered, the voices that matter, were very supportive. So that was the part that kept me going.
Well, when you talk about voices, right? And obviously, B, you got a voice, and people listen to you. People come to you. You attract a lot of influence and affluent people. Now, have you ever thought about presenting the game to like a Jay-Z, presenting the game to some of the people that you work with in the past?
I have. I've been trying to bring more people into it. I just got, in the last 6 months, he's been very low key about. He only DMs me the shit that Israel Adesanya, he's a world champion, UFC fighter. He started picking up. He's in New Zealand. He's like, yo, bro, I got some TaylorMade clubs. I'm playing here. Kelly Slater, the famous golfer, is gonna be surfer's about to come out and play golf with me, and he'll show me swings and this. And I'm like, dude, that's dope. So, him. I got a lot more people getting back into it. I play golf with Bieber, and he was playing before I was, but he was like, look, like he getting serious with it. And so, Drake is a friend, and Drake is dabbling in it. And I think if he had more time, he'd get more serious with it. But I've definitely put it in the hands of people. Anyone, man, I'm like an Avon lady. I'm like, bro, you gotta start playing golf.
Hey, so you might be like Mary Kay. You might have pink Cadillac.
Yeah, he might got a pink. He got the pink Bentley out there for the Mary Kay.
Yeah.
But yo, do you in 2 years in the game, right? You've watched it from the outside, and you talk about the Jays and the Drakes. Do you think it's fair to you that the industry might task you with growing the game? Like, cause it's like, I'm sure you've been contacted by some folks. It's like, hey, can you do this, or can you say this, or whatever. But like at the same time, it's like, yo, I'm still trying to learn this. Do you feel that, or am I just wilding for the question?
No, it's true. I tried to think about it, I think, but when the big brands that sponsor me, I mean, having a club sponsorship from one of the biggest club brands in the world, you know what I mean? Having, me wearing Grayson now and being with Grayson and being with, Malbin or Jay Lindbergh or something, having these huge brands that fuck with me. And like, some of them are very chill. Some are like, hey, if you like it, you like it, cool here and there. Like when I seen you at the Genesis, do you know how many big motherfuckers came up to me? Like big, gigantic, solid, iconic golf brands were like, hey, we'd like to say that. But I was like, no, I'm good, cool. And then some people were like, hey, man. And then not really aggressive, but like almost like I was a pretty girl, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm not pretty, you know what I mean? I'm an old ass, middle-aged, washed up Asian man. So like, there is a pressure sometimes when a new ball's coming out, when a new launch of a club, even though I'm not playing that club, it's something like, put it out there organically and make it right. And I know, look, if I can do it, I feel like my philosophy in life is if you take one step towards me, I'm gonna take two towards you. And I think some of these brands took a chance, no matter how many followers I had, because I could have had 6-7 million followers a long time ago when the engagement, the following farm was going on. I didn't want to have a bunch of goofy motherfuckers that were not locked in with me. Right?
Wow.
At one point, Tyler the Creator had said something to me, and I've known him since he was a teenager, and he was like, hey, N-word, you got a lot of pictures with, Bieber, Drake, this, and this, and like, ain't nobody with you. They with you because you with other people. And I was like, wow. So I went solo dolo on their ass. I'm like, hold the fuck up. I'm the main attraction. I'm the main character now. I'm not playing Robin anymore. It's time for Batman to come out. So, I mean, bro, I laid in the cut for decades and decades. So now with these brands, I'm like, all right, I feel like I had a little bit of a duty too. I did because of the
Yeah,
platform
you
I
do.
had.
So you did feel like you had a duty as
Yeah,
well.
100%.
Okay.
I kind of go through that as well because I have some great relationships, but I don't know how to promote myself out there and say, hey, this is who I'm friends with. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Hey, friend, real quick. Hold on. Let me get my camera ready so I can get some more followers. I
It's
guess it's
awkward.
Yeah.
It's
and
awkward, bro.
it's awkward as hell, man. And I have so many uh, I guess content creators like Will. I did not know you had access like this. I did not know you work on this project. I did not know you work on a movie. You work on a screenplay. I didn't know that. I'm like, bro, I don't know how to get my friends who they trust me as friends, celebs,
Yeah.
to like put the camera in their face. So I lose a lot. Like hence why I have nobody asking me to wear their brand and shit. So
Well, Nike did. They just dropped you because
that was the only one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I missed that $500 a year.
I hate you, Will. I hate you, Will. Hey, all right, Ben. So I want to talk to you a little bit about essentials for the folks that are listening to this this podcast. You have to go watch it on YouTube because I'm showing a Hype Beats article, Mr. Baller, where you had I guess your daily essentials, what you had in the bag, I'm guessing. But I wanted to cue this up because one, I need to understand more about this picture, and then I want to triage that into what is it that you got in your golf bag now that are the essentials? But I'll let you take it away because I'm seeing a computer, phone, the SIG. You got a SIG Sauer, gold digi scales.
So the thing was, Hypebeast, for a good strong time, they still are, but they were the only crown holy grail of streetwear culture. And at the time, they had celebrities doing this. And I think Pharrell had the most views, the most comments, the most viral everything. David Beckham did it. Anybody they thought had cool fashion. Virgil did it. Rest in peace. That's my dog.
Man.
And I decided, okay, motherfuckers want to put out essentials. Okay, this is what you want. You want Ben Baller to come out. You don't want Ben. Okay, so I put this out, bro, and it screwed the whole world up. I surpassed Pharrell, Beckham, Virgil, everyone, and it just messed the whole game up. And was like, yeah, I carry a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it was.
There's no way that computer's or that iPad's going to that damn Louis bag.
Everything else but the iPad, goes in there.
I was gonna say. So, all right, let's talk through it. All right, we see that you stay strapped up. That's probably a consistent theme even to this day, I imagine.
Yeah.
You still got the SIG, or you upgraded or downgraded?
No, that's P365. It's actually off roster, meaning it's not. You can't buy it unless you're law enforcement in the state of California. California has the strictest gun laws, but that's my daily carry.
Okay, that's your daily. All right, license locked and loaded. So here's the thing. I didn't think, Will, that I would ever talk to Ben Baller and say that you and Beyonce got something in common because, well, you keep truffled hot sauce in your bag, Ben. Swag.
Yeah. It's my buddy's company. I one day posted fried Spam, rice, and eggs and the truff. And off that one post,
sounds amazing.
They sold really $40,000 in hot sauce that weekend. I couldn't figure it out till they found out I posted. And then I was the first person to ever get his own Ben Baller Truff hot sauce collaboration. I was actually Truff's first collaboration.
I'm dead. I'm screaming. So you daily carry your passport is what I'm like, in case you got to go.
I never know, bro. I might be like,
hey bro, let me tell you what this story says to me. Let me tell you what this story says to me, bro. This story says to me that you can, if you get tied up, you got a Swiss Army knife to get free, and it tells me that you got the burner on the way out to handle some business, and you're gonna go to a Seattle Seahawks game before you fly out of the country.
Yeah. Hey, there's some seasoning there too, though.
Oh, there's some seasoning, or we can get a round of Texas Hold'em. I mean, damn, this.
Hey, that playing spades, ain't he, Will?
Damn, you got it all up in here. So now it kind of leads me to this next question, right?
Hold on, Will. We got to finish it. Go ahead, ask your question. Go ahead, ask your question.
I mean, like, seeing this. I mean, what do you want people to know about your story? What is Ben Baller? Like, because if I didn't know this, I'd have been like, I don't know who Ben Baller is.
Sugar Free said, "You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready." And I've always stayed ready, bro. I'm always stay ready.
My man got Clorox wipes and Lysol spray next to the paddock.
So he next to godliness with the cleanness.
That's it. But now, okay, we see this visual. So that's your daily carry situation in the Louis bag. All right. Now, Ben Baller, we coming to that golf bag. What are your now golf essentials? Let's go ahead, Ben. What's your essentials in the golf course?
Essentials in the golf course. I first off have to have as soon as I park the cart, I grab Titleist Pro V1s, Ben Baller edition. Right? They say they have my little moniker on them.
Just the Pro V, not the Pro VX.
Pro V1, not the X.
Pro V, got the black number. The Negroes, got it.
Yeah, black. Put those out there. I grab my golf cart cell phone holder. Right, holds the cell phone on thing, perfect. So if I need to get paid, whatever, boom. I have my golf cart speaker. Shout out to Blue Tees, right?
And all right, then, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, and then I get my gloves out. And then, from there, I have specific tees that I like to use, right? I use the plastic ones and I have the par 3 small little tees. And then I get little snacks out. I got some trail mix or maybe a, granola bar. I have this Korean hydration drink that I'm sponsored by that I've been drinking since I was a kid. And they sponsor me.
Shout them out.
Yeah, Pocari Sweat. This is like Gatorade. It's just real chill, but it's all over Tokyo. It's all over Asia. And then yeah, man, I get the towel out. I have all my stuff's on my table. I already have it ready to go. But I got a divot tool. I got a little brush cleaner. You know what I'm saying? A little miniature.
Is it gold or some shit? You probably got some gold ass. I saw your putter, man. We're gonna get to the putter. But all right, I'm just making sure.
So are you a gambler?
I gamble.
You gamble on a golf course?
That's Mr. My Bookie right there.
I just started gambling.
Okay, so now you got the terms down. When I'm out there gambling, I need two aside, 2 down automatic, or put automatic. Where are you with that? What is your uncomfortable level of gambling versus I'm just gonna play safe and I'm keeping it cool with the homies?
So we play, depending on who it is, play $20 a hole. Ballers $100 a hole, I'm
sorry, $20 a hole.
Yeah, okay, just 100 a hole with more of the cool people. But
that's 18.
2 weeks ago, one of the heads of marketing at TaylorMade, at one point he was a 2, and he's a 6 now. And I still feel like that's bullshit because I feel like if anywhere you're a 2, I feel like you somewhere in there.
Hey, shout him out! Can you shout him out? Because he didn't know this shit right here.
No, man, he gonna hear it. I ain't gonna get into it. But he got think about the people I have. Think about the people he has. Internally being at a company there, whether he be with Scottie every day or be with Rory or whatever. And so we went out to a course, a neutral location. I still feel he had he's played 200 rounds there. I played like 30 rounds there. And we did he gave me 3 aside. Okay. And it was $10,000. And I wasn't really comfortable with, but I felt like I was playing the best golf of my life. And the thing is, I can shoot anywhere from.
Hold on, he worked for TaylorMade betting 10,000.
Yeah,
he must be.
I need that motherfucking job. I need that.
Okay, hold on. B, you gotta take me through this. So y'all get to the tee box. You like, hey, we playing for bread today, but we're going 10 stacks. And here's what do you want? Because this is where negotiating come in. This is why I think kids need to be playing golf.
There was a breakfast ball the breakfast ball at the first hole, and I striped that motherfucker right down the middle. The only thing is he's like 30, 40 yards further than me, right? Okay. I'm just making fairways. Now, the thing was, at a certain point, I was pissing him off because I would duff a shot, and it would still go pretty much exactly where I needed to go. I had 140 yards. I had 140 yards to the pin, and I topped the ball, and it went about 3 feet high in the sky. 3 feet.
That ain't no sky at 3 feet, brother.
But it rolled
3 feet, and then it went about 70 yards, 3 feet high. Then it landed, and then it rolled 65 yards. And he's
trundled.
Yeah, it trundled, and things like that were happening, and there was a lot. And then after 9, I was up by 1. At one point, I was up 3, and I was like, okay.
You get nervous?
I wasn't nervous. I took all. I never take. I'm very fast golfer. I've learned that from a lot of pros. I'm real fast. I can play a round in under 2 hours, right?
Okay.
With someone else. So we get to the 13th hole. Now, there was some bitch shit that I didn't like. Okay. I had an uphill chip, 50 feet, and I practiced it a couple times. When I swung, I hit 6 inches in front of the ball, so I didn't hit the ball. And he's like, "Oh, no, it's a stroke." And I was like, "All right, man." And it's happened before, so I was like, "Okay, shit like that though." But I got a little cocky. We even up at 13,
Oh,
and I miss a putt for like by an inch.
oh, he didn't give
And
it to you. Oh, you missed
no,
the
we had
putt was an inch.
putt. Everything got out. Everything got to go out. Everything got to
Everything
go
go
out.
out.
Ain't no
Okay.
gimmies, nothing.
Yeah,
So
big
like,
bread like that. You got
yeah.
you.
So by 15, I was like, shit, it might be dormy time. And then at 16, it was pretty much a wrap. And I still finished. And at one point, it got real ugly where, we punting for 8, 9, you know what I'm saying? 10. It wasn't matter, like, because in each other's head, he pulled out a persimmon driver to get real. He's like, "Yo, I'm about to do this to you." And it just got real
Disrespectful.
crazy. But yeah,
So you won.
No, I lost. I lost.
Oh, so let me ask you a question. And this might be my ignorance.
How they pay that?
How did you pay?
Cash.
Is it Zelle?
Cash.
So you had
I
it
had
on you.
cash. Yeah.
Because you just put a band out, Will. I ain't there yet.
I mean, hey,
Here's
let
my
me
thing.
say,
I want to
hey,
play for
hold
money
on, hold
like
on.
that. I just don't
Hold on.
have it.
Talking that much money makes Doug nervous. As you can see by the armpit.
Oh, I didn't even realize I had the situation. Let me tell you something. I'm in a closet right now with no ventilation. It's Phoenix and it's 100. So I'm out here sweating to the oldies. But thank you, Will. I appreciate that,
B,
Dick.
what can we do to talk to other people in the game to get them involved? Like is it like can somebody put a rap golf album out? Can we make some golf like jewelry? Can we do some golf movies? Hey,
He's made golf jewelry.
Yeah, I made golf jewelry and stuff. But I think
For
that
Liv.
I mean, well,
yeah.
can we get a sponsor? You need some ambassadors? Because me and Doug will pull up on a broadcast and be like, "Yo, we're spinning."
Bimbala did the chain. I will totally do that on
and we'll
PGA
talk about
Tour
Strokes
live
game.
broadcast.
While
Well,
we got a chain.
Hold on,
And then
look.
we'll try to keep the frame and try to maintain who's the
Will.
I'm.
I just realized that's the Ice Cream Man, Master P,
Yeah.
No Limit
His
Records.
first gold album. So when I did my TaylorMade collab, Ben Ball did the club.
Oh, Ben Ball did the club.
I don't think Will's ready to see what's under there.
And this was my first collaboration with TaylorMade. That's a 5-carat black diamond right there, a real 5-carat black diamond.
You know what? I want to gamble with
you. Stop. 5-carat diamond. All right, let's talk how much. Okay, 5-carat Negro diamond. How much does that cost? Just a stone.
Not a whole lot.
How much clarity?
Not a whole lot is relative.
No. I mean, I'm sorry, like a couple grand.
Okay.
I don't want
to Doug.
Okay, it's a couple grand. I want to know because it's about the accent pieces. Like that's a gold putter, Will. So let me talk to you because I know you got the gold Scottie as well. All right, and this is also a very unique piece.
Do you putt with him though?
He uses the gold.
Circle teasy.
So here's the question. I know about milling more than most people should. So do you just show up to Scottie with a gold bar? Or is that like played? No, I don't mean to disrespect you. Like,
shout out to Paul Vizanco, Scottie Cameron's studio. He does a lot of $1 million stuff. I had a Circle T, and then like surprised me, kind of like did like a gold plated one, but like a one that doesn't pint or doesn't rust or doesn't like that, and it was like, it was cool. But not to mess up the whole vibe or nothing. But I signed with Bettinardi about 3 months ago, so I'm playing a Bettinardi putter, and I'm on the Bettinardi tour team now.
Shout out to Sam Bettinardi, Bob, the homies.
For sure.
So look, we're in the midst, Ben, of some history right now in the game of golf. You can pick the women's side or you can pick the men's side. Nelly Korda's won 5 in a row. She just won the Chevron over the weekend. Scottie Scheffler won again today, back to back. First person to do that since Bernhard Longer to win the Masters and back it up at the RBC. When you look at what we're seeing right now, I can't help but to think, why the hell is Nelly not getting just as much notoriety as Scottie? But when you're seeing these things go on between the Nellys and the Scotties, like when you sit back and look at it, my real question is like, I feel like Nelly's doing a bigger thing than Scottie's doing. Maybe it's just me, but I'm looking at Nelly more impressed by her than Scottie. I know it's tough.
So I love watching women's golf. I think the swings are prettier. When I look at dispersion rates from 140 in, I think the PGA Tour is at like maybe 5 feet, 6 feet, whatever. LPGA Tour is like 4 feet.
Mm.
I think 140 in, bro. They might wash them. It sounds
Mm.
crazy. It's a hot take, but I think what Nelly's doing is insane.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into the whole Caitlin Clark thing, but yeah, I just think that Nelly is just it's
Will and I are going to get into that later in our show,
Yeah.
but I think it's worth mentioning. To your point, Caitlin Clark has set all the records. I think Nelly Korda has tied some records from Nancy Lopez. I don't think we can compare the two ladies personally because you got a record setter in Caitlin Clark versus someone that's chasing records in Nelly Korda. But can Nelly lift the game, the sport, like Caitlin? That's kind of the question. And I don't know if she can, to be quite honest.
Go ahead, B.
I think her jumping in the water, bro, was kind of a cool thing, man. You know what I mean? Like her jumping in. I think she's cool. I think she's a sweet girl, and I hope she can, bro. There's a lot of cool girls that I've met on the LPGA Tour that I'm cool with, and they're great people. And I just think that but I do see it's a little, the shine is kind of, there's some increments, and it just needs more.
No, I agree.
We'll talk about that because I got my take on how we can. I think PGA Tour is missing the opportunity here. I think LPGA is missing the opportunity. I think the Caitlin Clark in situation is cool, but I believe Nelly has something to do what Nelly can do for the game of golf. Can be at 10x jump, whatever you see the 10x in capital, from eyeballs to social and culture capital, way more than Caitlin can do at this present time.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
But think about we're dropping the ball. As golfers, we're dropping
100%.
I'm waiting on the Ryder Cup and the PGA of America to do a mixed Ryder Cup with men and women versus men and women. That's what I want to see. I'll say it.
But Doug, this is where I think we're dropping the ball right now. Why the hell we can't? She just won 5 in a row. She's basically telling she's at the peak of her profession,
powers,
in the women's game.
Peak of her powers.
Can we get her into a PGA Tour event tomorrow? Why nobody's not giving her an exemption to a PGA Tour event? I know we tried it with Michelle. We did it.
I think Nelly could make the cut in the PGA Tour event.
Oh, 100%.
Put her ass in, and she should have played RBC.
Here's the difference, though, Dougie. No offense. God, I'm probably going to get crushed when I say this. Caitlin Clark cannot compete in the NBA.
Nope, she cannot.
No way.
No.
I know everybody want to have a topic conversation as a possibility. She will get obliterated. But Nelly Clark on PGA Tour event, I think
you say Nelly Clark. You just say Nelly Clark. You mean Nelly?
Nelly
Korda, I think can hold her own better than Lexi Thompson did at the Shriners. I think she could hold her own, and I think mentally, she different, bro.
Yeah, she's different.
She's different, bro.
I mean,
okay. Ben Baller, you have done thousands of pieces for hundreds, maybe thousands of entertainers, celebrities, etc. And I know they're all like kids, but I gotta ask you, what's that one piece where you kind of like, man, that shit was dope? Like that one. I know you've done a lot of dope things, but we're talking about jewelry that you've made, created. I need one piece that you will always remember and are fond of.
I think it has to be the Kid Cudi piece with I collaborated with Takeshi Murakami. Murakami arguably being the top 3 biggest contemporary artists living today in the earth, and doing that Kiki Murakami piece with Kid Cudi, making my own, creating an actual Murakami link. It's in museums right now. It was in Toronto, it was in China. It's going on tours in museums. No jeweler's ever done that in the history of the world. That right there, the collaboration, what me and Cudi were doing in the studio, the vibing, the back and forth, the actual process of everything, and then coming together and executing it, there's nothing like it. Nothing.
Put it in the Louvre. Put it in the Lowery. It might end up there.
It could.
Sorry, I'm from Kentucky, so we say country shit all the time. Ben Baller, last question for you. Well, I got to do it to him. I got to do it. We've done it with Jeezy. We've done it with Steph. We've done it with Annika Sorenstam. Ben Baller, you are not exempt. We call it Rap Foursome right here on Beyond the Fairway podcast. You, sir, you're going to go play golf with 4 rappers. You're playing a 5-ball. The 5th person is you. So you got to pick 4 rappers, dead or alive. I don't care if they're living, breathing, got a pulse, but you got to pull up to the course with them. I don't care if they play golf or not. It's just, Who can you go out to a course? And you know what? I'm going to set it up for you. You're going out to Riviera. You got 4 other rappers you got to take. Who you pulling up with?
Pulling up with Tupac. Damn, man, this is a tough one.
I know.
Man.
This is people think. Will, this is.
What would you talk to Tupac about? Okay, never mind. Keep going. Sorry, we got 3 more. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm pulling up with Cameron.
Wow, Cameron. Dipset, baby.
Yeah, I'm a big Dipset fan.
Let's go, Dipset.
I
used to want to be J.R. Ryder when I was a kid. Sorry.
I'm pulling up with Lil Wayne.
Weezy F.
Weezy, okay.
Damn, the last one. Damn.
You can't even get it out, dog. I love this.
The last one.
Sean Carter?
No. I know Jay.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to have fun with Jay on the golf course.
See, we don't know.
Who are we going to have fun with?
Take him out my foursome now, Will.
Damn.
It hit different on this side.
Raekwon.
Raekwon. We're going to put the RZA, the Jizza, the whole clan. Put them.
Wu-Tang is honorable mention. They might be up. You know what, man? I would take Biggie Smalls up in there, bro. He would have me dying. He might have some power. He might have some John Daly talents.
Yeah. He definitely know how to use the ground for sure.
Hey, Ben Baller, man, we appreciate you going beyond the fairway right here with us, man. Hey, we follow him. We like it, man. Look, I don't like just to like it. I like because I with my people. And, sir, you are added into that list. And, Will, I might not have the 10 bands, but Ben, we can play for whatever makes me uncomfortable. And that's going to be about $8 a hole. So we can do that.
Right. Well, y'all just play for deodorant. And we can
I'm fine with that.
Oh, man. Let's do it.
You know my closet situation.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on, y'all.
I appreciate it, bro. Blessings to you, man.
Oh, Will, it's that time of our show where, well, we've got to add another member to our society, the One of Us society. And, well, I'm not proud. RBC Heritage, they're in Hilton Head Island. I've played golf with this young man. I enjoy this individual. But Nick Dunlap, get on in here, sir. You shot 75, 73, 68, 74. You made the cut, but you did finish over par for the championship. You did win a PGA Tour event as an amateur golfer. You won the U.S. Junior and you won the U.S. Am. You've played in the 2022 U.S. Open as well as the 23 Walker Cup. And, I know you're from Alabama. You like to hunt and shoot stuff. I know you and Tristan are good homies, and I know you like to shape your driver shots, and you beat the shit out of me when we played golf at Scottsdale National. But, sir, this week, you have exhibited the qualities of regular golfer on the PGA Tour. If you look at the reverse leaderboard, sir, you are number 1. You are the first, a.k.a. last. Nick Dunlap, congratulations, sir, on your performance at the RBC Heritage. It has earned you the coveted title of One of Us.
So, Dougie Fresh, Dougie Fresco. I feel like we've been going back and forth on our picks as being golf experts, opinion leaders, and understanding the game and who the players and what they feeling, so we can kind of enhance our pockets and also enhance our bragging rights between you and I.
Yep.
So as we enter the Zurich Classic this week, this is a 2-man event. Actually, I really would kind of wish me and you could enter this event because I really think we'll bust ass. But that's a whole nother.
That's facts. FAX.
That's another episode. But we're entering into the Zurich Classic next week in New Orleans. So, who would you pick? What team would you pick this week? We're not picking a single individual. So you got to make sure these guys are cohesive and they can work together. Personalities match. So there's a lot to play, a lot to come into factor this week here in New Orleans. Who you got?
So we're talking, what are the odds in this segment? Who do I want to take? I'm firing up the machine right now. I got Data Golf open. I got ShotLink open. I got so many things I'm sifting through. So when I look at things, okay, this is a weird pick. And I'll tell you why. And then, just stay with me. Sahith Theegala going off with Will Zalatoris, okay? The pair of them, God, I feel like the odds, they're the third ranked team, going off at plus 1100. when I look at, what I like about the pairing, how Sahith kind of drives it, he shapes shots. But when we look at data golf, and I'm trying to debate, Sahith Theegala in driving accuracy is actually plus 0.5 in strokes gained off the tee. Not the best driver this season. And then when I look at Will Zalatoris, he's only plus 0.1. So together, they don't drive it very well. But when you look at everything else, Sahith Theegala, fantastic putter. I mean, this dude's picking up over 2.5 shots on the field every week. Around the green, he's stellar. His approach to the green, he's stellar. The way these two might be able to ham and egg it, two young guys just happy to be there. I think coming after a win from Davis Riley and Nick Hardy, I think you have to look to the young guys. And of this group, I'm going with those two guys, Will Zalatoris, Sahith Theegala. They're getting it done this week. I had a bad week last week, though. Zurich, Cam Young did not do what he was supposed to do, but I'm going to bounce back this week, Will.
All right, so Dougie, I'm at a different spot. I'm going for the gusto. I want to maximize my bet as much as possible.
Okay.
This is a little bit of emotions because this gentleman came and visit and talk with the kids at Underrated Golf Tour. I want to say in Vegas. Mr. Maverick McNeely and Tom Hoagie. Those are my picks this week. Maverick McNeely had finished top 10 at WMO this year as well. He got some awkward stacks that he's leading in and awkward stacks that he's doing shit in, but he's still my pick. We also got Tom Hoagie, who's made 10 of 11 cuts. And that's my guy. So I'm going Tom Hoagie, Maverick McNeely. It's just off a hunch. I really can't say anything to help prove my point. It's just strictly emotion. And
statistically speaking, you're just going to go with your gut.
Yeah.
And I like that. Sometimes you got to bet that way. So,
yeah.
All right, whatever bet house you use, go ahead and check it out. I'm putting in Will Zalatoris and Theegala, plus 1100.
You're a bandwagon, though.
Oh, bandwagon. This is a team event. There's no way to be on a bandwagon.
It is because they're top players.
Okay, Theegala finishes second, and okay, that's fine. I like Sahith. He's brown. I love
it. He as brown as the drink you drink.
Shout out to Tyler Morse, Lock LaBelle. See that? Sahith
Theegala, everybody, right there.
He's a little lighter than Sahith, by the way. I'm just saying. Sahith, good people though. And by the way, Will, not to correct you, but it is the WMPO. You said the.
What did I say? WMO.
It's okay.
Okay.
I just live here, so it's.
Yeah.
I'm proud.
Yeah.
All right, Shank of the week. This is our opportunity to talk shit, Will, and you know what? I'm gonna give it to you this week. Why? Because you couldn't find one. This was a boring ass week in golf. This is your job to do this entire segment. So, Will Lowery, you have earned the Shank of the week because out of all the stuff that was going on, and in all fairness, there's really not a lot to pick from. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you, sir.
Yeah.
Default Shank, Will Lowery.
I will take that. I will take that. I was gonna go out to that grassland golf tournament thing and figure I could find some Shank in the weeks in the grassroots there, but I couldn't get out there. You was out there, so did you?
Yeah,
you didn't find any Shanks in the weeks.
Nah, believe it or not, the whole event was really interesting, and we're gonna do a deeper dive into next week's episode. But grass leagues, team golf, par 3, high stakes.
Before we go further, Doug, does it have legs?
Yes, it's got stilts.
Oh, really?
Some legs. This thing has stilts. And we'll talk about that next week. Grass League happened. I was on the broadcast there with Todd Dobson for Bleacher Report last week. And next week, we're going to do a deeper dive into the Grass League, the par 3 high stakes. They had $100,000 in the purse that week. But anyway, we'll talk about it next week. Beyond the Fairway, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. As always, Dougie Fresco, Will Lowery. Will, we got Bandon Dunes coming up, trip, and then we got PGA Works coming up. We're about to get real busy, homie, so I'm about to actually see you pretty soon. Looking forward to it.
I know. I'm bring some deodorant, and you bring some hairline.
Hey, it's dry. It's dry now. ish. Yeah.
I mean,
So
there's Jermaine and there's Tito.
anyway, hey, everybody, subscribe, listen, do what you do. Share this podcast if you like rocking with me and Will. Will done choked himself. This is fantastic. Hey, Will, while you choking, everybody out there, stay tuned. I think, Will, that we're gonna start our office pool this week for our listeners out there. So y'all be sure to rock with us. Be on the fairway wherever you go. Take Will and I with you. You know we make good company. I'm just saying, Will.
Yeah, stay stanky. Let's go.
Travis Matthews, fix this. It's not a good look.